Good morning, everybody. This is the day that the Lord hath made. We shall rejoice and be glad in it. He is not here, the angel says. He is risen, just as he said. So we are excited and super ecstatic about Resurrection Day and all that is going on with Resurrection Day and all that is happening with your life and my life and everybody's life today on Resurrection Day. I trust that you'll be um, enjoy your family today. Reach out to somebody, even if you can't be there physically with them, but that you call them, FaceTime them, Zoom with them, all that good stuff to enjoy today and live your best life. So I'm Julia Royston of BK Royston Publishing, Royal Media and Publishing. Good morning to everyone. Put in the comments section, good morning, and how are you doing? Hello, happy Easter, happy Resurrection Day. Be sure and share this broadcast. And those of you who are going to see the a replay, blessings to you always. And good morning. Happy resurrection to you too. Happy resurrection to you. God is awesome. God is great. He is worthy to be praised. He paid a price. He did something that we could not pay ourselves, a debt we could not pay, a debt we owed greatly, and he laid down his life, the pure, the lamb, the unblemished, the perfect, laid his life down and gave his life and said yes, just like we talked about last week, the ultimate yes, the price of yes. He said yes when we didn't even have the ability to say yes. Before we knew who we were, before the foundation of the world, he said yes. And we have him as a perfect example of saying yes. So now he is risen. So now what do? We lived an abundant life that he died to give us. He is risen. He paid the price. He paid the cost. Oh my goodness. Praise the Lord. He is risen. He paid the price. He paid the cost. Now what is it? What's it your turn to do? What do you need to do next? Live. So the abundant life that he came to give you, how do you live that? And when you're looking at your life and you're realizing this is not, I had to make that decision one time. I was in a situation and I said, I don't believe this is the life God intended for me to live. This is not what he intended for me. This is not what his happy resurrection day to you too. Minister Jackson, Dr. Nettles, Miss Deborah Smith, Minister Demetria Bowie. Good morning. Good morning. You have to look at your life, and I do this often with mine, and say, good morning, Minister Karen Brown, good morning. You have to look at your life and say, okay, is this the life that God intended for me to live? Especially since Jesus died to give us that abundant life, you got to look at yourself and say, okay, this abundant life, this is not it. I had to make that hard decision when I was in a situation one time to say, no, this is not only the life Jesus died for me to have, but this is not the life my parents trained me to live. This is not it. This is not where I'm supposed to be. So I had to make some vast changes. But first thing as I had to do is number one, I had to go to the audience of one, and that's God himself, and say, God, what do I do? Where do I go? What should I be doing? And realize that he's going to direct my steps. He's going to order my steps. He's going to lead me and guide me because he knew me before I was born. He knew, he called me, he chose me, he loved me, he justified me, he died for me, he rose for me, he paid the price for me. So therefore I owe my life for me to live is the audience of one. Have you ever done, done a presentation? Now, I'm the hardest on myself. So I'm a perfectionist. I got perfection issues and all that kind of stuff. But I look at things and I was like, oh, I should have done this. Ooh, that wasn't good. Oh, that. But then when I pray, God said, no, I was pleased. You did exactly what I wanted you to do. It may not have been the way you wanted it to do, done, but you did exactly. You said what I wanted you to say. Just like this morning, I'm saying what he wants. Don't shoot the messenger. I'm saying what he wants me to say, but is it coming out easily and perfect like I want? No. But at the end of the day, I have the audience of one. I need, yeah, you got to hone your skills and iron sharpeneth iron. But at the end of the day, God said, no, you did what I said for you to do. You might not have had the style and the finesse of somebody else, but you did you. And that's all I ask, for you to obey me and do what I called you to do. So the audience of one are, there's a song our choir used to sing, is God, if God is not happy with my praise, if he's not pleased. So the audience of one. Happy Resurrection Days. Good morning, cousin. So the audience of one, that's number one. Always the audience of one. Pleasing God and wanting to be pleasing in his life. Do we fall short? Every day. Do we, all have sinned and come short? So yeah, there's going to be issues, even if we're not committing them, the omission and the disobedience, all disobedience is sin. So, we fall short every day, even if we don't do what we're supposed to be doing. Ooh, that was ouch. I'm sorry. That was even ouchy for me. So therefore, the audience of one, making sure we're going back to the audience of one. So how are you going to live? Pleasing the audience of one. And then number two, and I know to some people this may sound selfish, but you got to be able to, every day when I look in the mirror and wash my face, I have to come face to face with me. The face in the mirror with you, the face in the mirror. Because the only thing that's really stopping you is you. The main thing that's stopping you is you. So the woman in the mirror, the man in the mirror, the young person in the mirror, the senior person in the mirror, the person, the face you see in the mirror, that's who you owe it to. Secondly, number one is always the audience of one, God himself. He created you. He knows you. He understands you. And then number two, the face in the mirror, the person that you're looking at. Are you doing right by yourself? Are you, yeah, I know I need to eat better. Yeah, I need to exercise more. Yeah, I need to make sure I take but are you doing right? Are you positioning yourself, the person in the mirror, to live the abundant life that God died to give? Because he's done all. He paid the price. He paid the cost. He's risen. We celebrate that today and really every day. But after that, you still have to look at the person in the mirror. And then number three, the next generation is watching you. The next generation, the little ones, they may not even be saying anything. They may not be interested in what you're doing. They may not even want to do what you're doing for their life, but they're modeling how strong you are, how resilient you are, how you respond in grief and in weakness and in adversity and anger. And are you able to be angry and sin not? Are you able to be angry but still not grab a gun and shoot somebody? How do you respond in certain avenues? Because I remember how my ancestors and my grandparents and all that, how they responded in certain situations and what they did, and whether they said anything or they didn't say anything or they did anything. So the next generation is watching. So I'm 57. The generations behind me, they're watching me. So Ms. Julia, woo, you're doing a lot. They come and tell me, oh, you do. Ooh, they jump in my inbox. Ooh, you're doing a lot. Ooh, yeah. Because they watch it. So number one, the audience of one, God is watching. You're looking to. You know exactly what you could be doing, what you should be doing, what you're not doing. And even not really trying to do the blame game, but you're knowing that certain decisions determine exactly, if I had, but you're still alive. You're still breathing. So you can change. You can change. As long as you're, old folks say, above ground, you can do it. And then the next generation is watching. So you want to live so that other people who are watching, and there are people who say, I don't care. It don't matter. I don't care. Yeah, you do. And especially if these are your children and your grandchildren and your great-grandchildren, because people are living longer, you want them to have models and examples of living the best life that Jesus died for us to have, but the best life that you can have on this earth. And then the last thing is live so that when you close your eyes, when you can no longer speak, when you can no longer do, that your legacy still lives on. That the things that you did accomplish, the models, because we only have this life and then the life after. But what did you do with this that he gave you? What did you do with the life that he gave you right here? How did you live it? What did you do? Yep, the babies are watching. And get in position. Yep, I am blessed, but everybody's blessed to do something. And you want to live. You're right, Mr. Jackson. You want to live so God can use you, but you want to live so there can be models to see it behind you. You want to be able to live so that the next generation can see what's going on and to see how to do it. You want to leave, it's like the saying, success leaves clues. So you want to make sure that there are some clues to the successful life. Not necessarily the bank account, how much money, but being able to wake up in the morning and breathe in and out and smile and, in spite of it all, face the world, as they say, with a dazzling smile, as that toothpaste commercial said years ago. But even if your heart is heavy and you're and receive some horrific news, you lost a loved one, you still persevere on. Tears in your eyes, because there's time to cry. Anger, because there's time for that tear too. But you persevere on and you move forward. But when your eyes are closed, how will people speak of you? Yeah, they'll be liars. But how will people say, well, my father said you can outlive a lie. So, liars or whatever they do, they lie. But what is the real story? Somebody's going to stand up at the graveside and at the casket and talk about how you impacted their life. So therefore, honor. It's time. He's risen. So it's now time for you to live. One, honoring God and the place of obedience so that he can use you. Being true and walking in your true self, the person in the mirror. You're washing your face in the morning with the lights turned off because you're embarrassed to even look at yourself, because you know what you did and you know what you said and you know where you should be. But either fear or hesitation or procrastination is stopping you because it'll be hard, or it's the fear of the unknown, or you're going into a new place. But you got to do it afraid sometimes. You got to keep moving scared sometimes. And then the next generation's watching you. And then your legacy when your eyes are closed. So he's risen, just as he said. And because he lives, I can face tomorrow. Because he lives, all fear is gone. Because I know he holds the future. Not I hold the future. I'm just getting every day whatsoever I do is prosper. But because he lives and he holds the future, life is worth the living. Because he lives, because he died, because he was buried and conquered hell, death, and the grave, I can live. So it's now my turn. And I do this every day. I evaluate myself every month, every quarter, every 6 months. Okay, what did I get accomplished today? What really should, and the beauty of entrepreneurship is being able to shift on a dime. But even if you're in a situation you think, well, if I can get through this, fine. Plan for that abundant life that you want to live and where you want to go. Plan. Get your exit strategy. Determine how you're going to live that abundant life. Because the cross, the death, the burial, the beatings, the torture, the torment, the crown of thorns, the piercing aside, you do not want to bring any type of reproach against all of that and then not live the life that he died for you to live. I can't hardly watch The Passion of Christ. Just when this beating start, I'm done. I'm like, ooh, I got to pause that, fast forward, whatever, because it's so horrific, and that's probably only a fraction of what they could have created with that. But my response is, he went through that for me, a wretch like me. I have a responsibility to live the best life that I can for him, for myself, for the next generation, and for the legacy I want to live, even after I close my eyes. I trust that that blesses you today. I trust that that helps you move you further. It blesses me. It helps me. It's not something I wanted to say, but he's like, no, you're going to talk about these things and you're going to say this. So obedience is better than great sacrifice. He lives. Now it's time for you to live. He rose. It's time for you to rise to the next level of where he wants you to be and intends for you to be. Go back to him, ask him. Go back to him and say, give me the guidance. I say yes to my Lord and move forward. I trust that that blesses you today. I trust that. Good morning, good morning, good morning, love. Good morning. I trust that that helps you on your journey, whether you're an entrepreneur, whether you're working a job and an entrepreneur as well, whether that's part-time, full-time, weekends, whatever that looks like. You're a mom, you're a husband, you're a father, you're a grandparent, whatever that is for you to, he is risen. Now you go live. Coming up at 10 a.m., of course, is Live Your Best Life. I'm your host on envision-radio.com, Simple Radio app, radio.com, tuner.com, my tuner radio app, radio.garden app, Get Me Radio, Media U. Oh my goodness, we're everywhere you want to be, as well as the website is broadcasting 24/7, 7 days a week with great gospel music. Envision-radio.com, where praise meets talk. And then the church shout out line, be sure and record there. Give your church and your pastor a shout out. I know that we had a program, a special episode not too long ago about the church going back in the building. We are the church. So give your church a shout out. Help promote and for people to actually go back into the church. So the church shout out line for your church and your pastor is 1-855-Cheryl-1. That's 855-743-7951. Shout out your pastor. I'm super excited that my guests this morning at 10 a.m. are my special edition of Telling Our Stories, Surviving and Thriving. Yep, we're going to live. That is here's the book cover, Telling Our Stories, Surviving and Thriving. So this will encourage you also at 10 a.m. And the ladies on this cover have really been a blessing to me. And my flowers, they holding on as much as they can. I'm going to let them go and take one of them and put them inside the book. But Telling Our Stories, Surviving and Thriving, Minister Karen Brown, Cassandra Lanier, Elgina Bullock-Smith, and Marquise Watson and myself, Telling Our Stories, Surviving and Thriving. So be on the lookout too as well. They'll be on at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And you can also hear the replay at my YouTube channel, bit.ly/BK Royston on YouTube. And kind of mark your calendar, pencil it in, put a note in March 2022. We are having a Book Business Boss Telling Our Stories writing and business retreat. And more details are to come. So I want to put that little hint out there that Lord be our helper and keeper. That'll be kind of my first big in-person event. And we're going to go beachfront. Hey, we're going to go look at creation and write some stories, tell some stories so that we can bless some other people. So also the Book Business Boss podcast .com. The latest episode is there for you. Please be sure and subscribe and listen in to some phenomenal authors and their books that you can support and be blessed by, as well as, speaking of books and being blessed, go to JuliaRoystonStore.com. 50% off sale ends tomorrow, April 5th at midnight. 50% off sale. To get the discount code, just push live. Yeah, I'm all about living in life today. You see me in my green? Yep. I'm all about green means life, growth, expansion, down in the dirt, but we coming up living. All right. I'm Julia Royston of BK Royston Publishing. Thank you so much for sharing this. Thank you so much for being with me. Thank you. Congratulations for all you're doing Minister Demetria Bowie and Minister Karen Brown and all that, to all that good stuff. It is wonderful, wonderful, all that is going on. Thank you, Dr. Kennedy. Okay, Elaine, where is SVG? Is that the Virgin Islands? What does SVG stand for? Tell me that, so that I can help to. Is that a travel place to come to SVG? Oh, that might be on my list. Don't tempt me, because I have no problem with the travel once it's getting safer and more people getting vaccine. I have no problem with the travel thing, and we'll make that plan, and hopefully wherever SVG is, you will host us. But you all be blessed in all that you do. And if you're interested in me helping you with that story, go to bkroystonpublishing.com or talkwithroyston.com. Where's SVG? Hold on, what is it? St. Vincent and Grenadines. Okay, well, we'll have to figure out that. You'll have to inbox me some. Yeah, let's go. You'll have to inbox me where you can visit, and some good hot spots and hotels and all that good stuff. Hey, I'm open. I got passport. We'll travel. And as they say, BK Royston Publishing, going abroad. Hey, I'm with it. No problem. I hope to get to Europe sometime soon. My London, Paris, and Germany is still in the back of my mind too. Oh, y'all done got me talking about living. Y'all done got me thinking big out my box again. Yay! So we're gonna live. I'm Julia Royston, BK Royston Publishing, Royal Media and Publishing, and the coaching community. The Book Business Boss is helping you get your message to the masses, turn your words into wealth, and live. Have a great day.